Hi, my name is Karibo. I'll be here talking to you about Maria. She's a 45-year-old female who was referred to me for weight loss management due to prediabetes and high blood pressure, which we know is hypertension. I'll be focusing on two questions. How did I evaluate her health status and risk factors, and what I believe is the most important factors for her care? Yeah, when I looked at Maria's information, I didn't see four problems. I saw one metabolic picture, meaning that the weight gain or whatever happened in her being Latino all together made for a nice, beautiful mix that turned into this, what we're talking about. So let's take a look at her labs. Her BMI was she's calculated 185 pounds at 5 foot 4 inches tall. That's around 31.8% for her BMI, which is type 1 or category 1 obesity. Maria's blood sugar levels, her fasting glucose was 118. That's very, very high. ADA says impaired fasting glucose between 100 and 125 milligrams per deciliter is the A1 is considered pre-diabetic. Maria's A1C is 6.2%, and pre-diabetes is defined as the A1C between 5.7 and 6.4% is pre-diabetic. Yeah, so you got to make sure you're looking at these things. And patients at this level require more aggressive treatment and closer follow-up. Maria's at the high end of the pre-diabetic risk. Her blood pressure, this is a big one, is 148 over 95. College of American Cardiology and the American Heart Association defines high blood pressure as greater than or equal to 140 over 90. That's stage 2 hypertension, meaning that she's very at risk for a lot of different problems, from heart disease, diabetes, which she already is in motion with, and then from there, the hypertension, stroke. It's so many things that go into that. That's where we talk about the metabolic panel. Let's look at the data. She's recognizable footprint, early metabolic syndrome. When I think about Maria, I don't think about diabetes in isolation. I'm concerned about her diabetes at risk, but I'm also concerned about her cardiovascular risk as well. There are many factors that contribute to this. Maria's diet, oh my goodness, is horrible. We read that. It's high in processed carbs, added sugar, sweeteners, things like that. Lemonade, sugar, chips, Fritos, numero uno, ice cream. She needs more fruits and vegetables. She needs to make sure that she needs to get off her sedentary lifestyle, but due to her limited budget constraints, she does not exercise as well. But walking is free, body weight exercises are free. So all these things that we can do to alleviate that. Her grandmother had diabetes. She has it in a history in her family. It's something that we always go over, and we talk about epigenetics. We talk about the history, talk about all these things with the family just to find out where these things could be coming from. There was a large study in the Hispanic community health found that elevated disease burden. Basically, it is one of those things whereas you being Latino, Black, or African American, you're at a higher disproportionate rate to contract these diseases or develop these diseases rather. Yep, and Maria has a clustering of cardiometabolic risk factors with a positive feedback. Basically, she's obesity class 1, hypertension stage 2, pre-diabetic. I mean, the list goes on, and we continue to talk about it. The results are modifiable, definitely. She can definitely turn back the hands of time and change those. But what does that mean for Maria? What's the most important? The most important is creating an improved diet plan that is sustainable, economical, and she can continue to do. We want to make sure that she's here for the long haul. The biggest thing, though, is to get the blood pressure under control first. Stage 2 hypertension, I would definitely work closely with her doctor to make sure that we get that under control immediately. Then we would focus on lifestyle, because improving her diet and exercise can help lower her blood pressure and everything else, which is going to cost her less money in the long run. And then also, it doesn't cost a thing to walk. So we just want to make sure she's doing those things, all right? In the New England Medical Journal, a randomized over 3,000 adults with prediabetes with an average BMI of similar to Maria's. And they found that a lifestyle intervention targeting 7% weight loss and 150 minutes of exercise per week reduce the new onset of type 2 diabetes by 58%. That tells you everything you need to know. You got to get off your butt. You got to make it happen. You got to work. You know what I mean? So it's awesome. So that's just what it is. But priority number one is really building a foundation of sustainable life changes. And then also just gaining her trust and getting her to understand that this is the best way that she can do. And we look forward to treating Maria again. You all have a nice evening.